Hello and welcome to another Wraggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Tonight, a beer from the Blackstone Brewery collection that they did for Calm. Calm, the campaign against living miserably. It's basically it's to help people who have mental health issues. Damn well know about that. So there is, most importantly, there is a number on there. So for people who are watching this in the future, good evening, Benjamin Matey, Liam and Thomas. So yeah, the number is 0800 585858. And you know, if you are in a critical way, severely depressed, nowhere to turn, it's important that you seek help. So this is from Blackstone Brewery in collaboration with Laine Brew Co. I've just found out that Laine Brew Co. Good evening, Tom and Mr. Bammel. Laine Brew Co. is in Brighton, so a good trek down the country. And this is a Lane Beach Breakfast Pale Ale, 4.1%. So, and the cans, this is Aquarius, this one. So it says Aquarius there. And the cans all have a sort of theme. And that theme is friendship, really, and, being there and for everyone. So, all good on that side of things. Good evening, Christopher. So, feels like Sunday today. And I've only just found out, this is what you get because I don't take much notice, that the Whitsun, I think it's Whitsun, isn't it? I can never get the holidays round. Whitsun has been pushed a week over and is now, that bank holiday is not on a Monday. It's on a Thursday. And the Queen's Jubilee is on a Friday. So we get Thursday and Friday off, an extra bank holiday. So it's all good. Yeah, I'm good for extra bank holidays. But I didn't leave the on. Good evening, Mr. Bear and Buildings and Kevin. How are we? So lovely looking juice fest of a pour. Proper summery looking pour there. Hazy, golden pour. It looks more golden in there than it does on there. I don't know if it's the light thing or what. Unless it's just a Chromebook thing. But yeah, 4.1%. Oh, the nose on it, different, very different. I'm not even sure what the nose on that is. Wow. Now, got this from lowcostbeer.com or Smiling Grape, if you know it by Smiling Grape, down in the, is it Cambridge? Or was it Peterborough? I can never remember. St. Neots. I think it's Cambridge. I'm sure it is. Trying to finish young Stella Unfiltered. I've been a good boy today. I've only had 2 beers. Yeah. And I feel rather too sober for this time of night. Although I'll never really get drunk these days. Not very often. Yeah. Good evening, Martin. Carlsberg Export Pilsner. The green can version is in Denmark. All right, here. Do they still have them on low cost beer, Liam? I know he's getting some updates. He's got some Jamie Oliver wine. I'm tempted to get the Jamie Oliver wine just for the crack. Although to be honest, I'm not really a fan of Jamie Oliver because he's one of these that closed his restaurants to save his money. And I know, grand scheme of things, you are going to save your money. But you don't do the dirt on your staff. Yeah, it's... Anyway, let me dive into this. Peeling good chocolate and orange stout from Aldi. I didn't think that was too bad, the peeling good. The plum porter they did was woeful. Couldn't even taste any bloody plum. But yeah, the chocolate and orange stout was pretty good. I need to get over to Lidl at some stage and see what... There's about 5, if they've got them locally, in their craft beer festival that I've not had before. Although there's one I've got on the beer wall behind me, so I'm just going to say I got it from Lidl. Job's good. New Lidl beer. I feel like this has got some botanicals or something in it. I'm definitely getting that sort of botanical, like a perfumey aroma and taste to it. It's quite dry on the mouth. It's a very different beastie. Different. The nose, I've never smelled anything like it. Yeah, really pure perfumey. So I don't know if anybody's a Forest fan. Well, I am for what it is. But today, hundreds were cheering the bus off as it drives down to Bournemouth, wherever Bournemouth is, and south. And it was amazing. I've seen on the Twitter the crowds that were there. Stunning. Just to show you what a good manager can make for a team. Young's, good evening, how? Good evening, happy raging Matt. Sorry, I never said Harry for a second. Yeah, Young's double chocolate. I love Young's double chocolate. Now, if you mix that with banana bread, you can make a nice banoffee-esque stout. Banana bread, you know, well, it was Wells, it's now Eagle Brewery. But I've not seen Young's double chocolate stout for a while now. It's one of those beers that was a staple in the supermarkets. And I suppose they have to change ranges, don't they? But yeah, it seems to have disappeared from all the local supermarkets. Which Guinness, John? Standard Guinness or something more exciting? The new coffee Guinness, yeah, that's not too bad. I'd like to see Guinness in this country bring it like they do in over there. I still not found it, mate. I've been into B&M as well, and I still can't find that Brothers Cherry Bakewell. Not seeing it. Usually by now, I mean, it's been a while. I know because Scott's done a review of it, and it's been out a while by now. But no, still no hide, no hair of it. No, not in my local shops anyway. Good evening, Mr. Bungle. Yeah. That Christmas pudding and custard, it's woeful, absolutely woeful. Aldi had it last week in a 4-pack. Oh, bugger! I haven't been in Aldi for a while. I don't want to pay for 4 bottles though, to be fair. Yeah, it would be the own bargains one, wouldn't it? The micro brew. Good evening, Mr. Hophouse. Yeah, that chocolate pudding, Christmas pudding and custard, it was nasty. It was bad. It was like someone in their kitchen doing a homebrew and doing a crap homebrew. And, you know, there's no nicer word to say about it. It's really bad. McEwen's Export, yeah, you can still get the red bottle. You should be able to get McEwen's Export. It is horrendous, Mr. Bungle. Yeah, it is. It's worth to have 4 bottles, right? That's interesting. I mean, I do like cherry as a taste, cherry bakewell, you know, almonds and all that. So yeah, I'll have to get hold of it. I will. I'm going out twice next weekend, so I'm trying not to spend any money on beers and trying to put the money aside. So unless I get money from an unexpected source or another garden, I won't know until then. Oh, so one of the most different tasting beers I've had in a long while. Can't say it doesn't taste bad or anything like that. It's certainly acquired taste, and it's certainly getting like perfumey and gin botanical. Ooh. Donkey Stone Brewing. They've got a bit of a name, haven't they? Brothers Festival Apple rather. I do like the Brothers range, don't get me wrong. I mean, they do make some cracking ciders. I'm not sure whether all their ciders will last the length of time. You know, the Palmer Violet for me was an amazing cider, especially when the Parma Violet gins came out, because it kind of put a bridge between gin and cider. I mean, if you like the Parma Violet cider, then the gin would be a very interesting place to jump to. And on the flip side, if you like Parma Violet gin, but you don't want to get too boozy, the cider is a good way of getting the flavour without getting the ABV. They do, Liam. They do a fantastic, was it ginger cider? I had a ginger cider from one, I think it was Brothers, and it was a stunning ginger cider. Yeah, you're right, Beer and Buildings. They do, you know, but the flavours are just different, aren't they? Yeah. I mean, the marshmallow, pink grapefruit. I should know. I've reviewed every one except, well, every one that's been available recently. Oh, off the beer this month. Lose some weight and got a red card and suspension from the missus. Ooh. Yeah, been down Red Card Avenue many a times. The red card's here somewhere. Let me just fetch it. See. Might have to take us out next week. But yeah, there's the old red card. Yeah, it's we'll have to appease somebody. A friend of mine, a good friend, works for Castle Rock, and he was having you know, some mental health issues and that, drinking too much. You know, it's a slippery slope, and he came off the beer for about 3 months. And he lost 3 stone, which, bloody hell, takes some bloody applauding, that does. And I think he's back on the beer now, but more in liberation. So fair play there. You know, you work at a brewery, it's not very easy to come off the beer. Not when you see it every single bloody day. It's going down, Thomas. It's starting to come down. Yeah. There are gaps. But then again, I've got some still on the bottom shelf, so not totally gaps. You managed to review beers at Vocations Tap House. What? Outside or with people all around you? Yes, Tom. Now, ivy. First and foremost with ivy, never ever let it grow up your wall. But obviously, if it happens, it happens. Now this is the real tough thing with ivy. If your cement's good, it ain't going to cause any issues whatsoever. If your cement's really crumbly, then you might have an issue. Best way in some ways, I don't know. Obviously, it depends how thick it is. Have you already? You said, yeah, it's dead ivy, so you've already killed it. In some ways, after a while, a good while, it will fall off, depending on how big it is, obviously, and how the thickness and all that. You can have a go at pulling it off, but then, like I say, you've got to be careful about your brickwork. If you've got good brickwork, then it'll never touch it. But otherwise, oof. Yeah, McEwen's Export should be around most of the supermarkets, I would have thought. McEwen's Champion certainly is. And that Levy, whatever they call it. I know it's a renamed one. It was Levy, whatever. Good evening, Mr. Square Table. Good evening, John. Beatnik Republic has ceased trading in Manchester. What's Beatnik Republic, out of curiosity? Not coming from that neck of the woods. Stood in the quiet corner of the bar. Fair play. Death by Cherries, beer of the day. Dipper Gold now, 8.2%. Oh, get in. Now, to kill the root, for anybody who has ivy in their garden, to kill ivy anyway, no, not to bother digging it up, but let nature do it. Go to your street, go to the salt box on the street that they use for salting the streets, gritting the streets. Get that, couple of buckets, chuck it on top of your ivy. It will dry your ivy out and kill it eventually. Father worked during the 90s, worked at a brewery. Half that worked there were pissed 24/7. Oh, that's not good. They used to run Coca-Cola cans through and drink them full of beer. Was the standard then? Yeah, I suppose. You know, it's an easy thing, isn't it? You know, you're working in a brewery. The bar's going to remain open now, right? Yeah. Massive gap in the roots, mate. Get some road salt. You know, so if you've got grit bins on the street outside or nearby, go and get a couple of buckets of that, chuck it on, heap it on, and it will dry out and it will kill off that ivy. Bloody horrible stuff. You don't want it anywhere near. So I'll pour the rest of this in. Really is. It's a nice beer, but an acquired taste. For some people, you're not going to like it. For others, this may be your thing. Castle Rock Brewery, when I was on the brewery tour there, they've got a pilot bar. So the brewery is connected to the Vat and Fiddle pub, and they've got a little bar in there. And Liam, if you go to the Rock Yard Party, you'll see it. I think because they're doing a little brewery tour, and in that bar, they've got their own pump. They've got them basically. They set it up so that you can go while you're at work and have a drink of beer. Hey, God, no good me working there. I'd be sacked after a week, pissed out my face. No good. I reviewed one of their beers last year. Oh, rightio. Yeah. As always, Liam, pennies. Yeah, it's the killer, isn't it? No. Yeah, there's only so much beer. It's why I'm not touching spirits anymore, because it's a slippery slope for me. Spirits and wine. Yeah. Beer's bad enough, but the other two, oh dear. I need to drop the wines and spirits off my reviews, because I don't think I'll be doing many more reviews, you know, of them. Although the Bailey's Wraggy cider. Hey, Tom, funny you should mention that. I've got a pear tree in the garden, so and I know a local cider maker. No, in fact, I know a couple of local cider makers, and I might tap them up and say to them, "Is there any chance that you can actually, from my pears and the next door neighbour's apples at Newark, make a cider and see what they say?" And I'm not going to try and make a bloody cider. A Wraggy Imperial. Now there you're talking. You got a can of the Wild Card Brewery collab. Never reviewed it. No, not been able to get hold of it. And I don't know. I went to the pub and I said to the pub next door to the brewery, and I says, "Have you got this? Yeah, have you got this on the bar in your fridge?" And says, "No, we don't stock it." And I'm like, "But it's your beer. It's your brewery." Yeah, I mean, the other year I got 200 pears off this tree. I don't know how many pears you'd need to make a good cider. I mean, I've tried to make a pear wine. It was a total failure. Yeah, it took the bloody skin off my face. So never again. I'll stick to kits. But yeah, a pear cider would be something. Sticky toffee stout from Wild Child. There was a toffee porter up in Beeston. Sticky toffee porter. I don't think it was a stout. Brainwave. Yeah, you're right. That's the one. Yeah, it's the only one that's gone into cans of the Castle Rocks in the last year that I've not actually reviewed. They've been a bit quiet on the can front recently. Don't know if they're doing something different. So Man United, your teammate. Oof. I think it'd be sad if you lose Ronaldo. The manager. I mean, you're just not getting good managers, are you? And I think Pogba needs to go. Absolutely needs to go. Cooking tea, drinking chocolate and orange stout, and watching your life. Hey. So for those who've come in, after the initial start. This is from Blackstone Brewery and Laine Brew Co. It is called Aquarius, and it's a Lane Beach Breakfast Pale Ale, 4.1%. For me, it smells perfumey, botanically. It's got them sort of vibes. It looks very summery. But Chris Wilder, the man from Man United. Man United fans want somebody who's going to be an instant hit, don't they? David Moyes obviously didn't do well. And, sometimes you get that one manager, like Cloughy for Forest, like Ferguson for Man U, who was the one. Yeah, because Castle Rock haven't got their own canning line. So it's sent to Attic to brew, to can, as far as I know. I'm not sure if it's brewed there, though. Yeah, definitely a breakfast bit, 4.1. Yeah. I wouldn't want this in the breakfast, though. No. The aroma and the taste is different. It's, I get what it is, but it's not quite my cup of tea. But I do get the style, or hopefully the style that they're trying to make. Klopp's never going to Liverpool. Sorry, Klopp's at Liverpool. I was saying Klopp's never going to Man U. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, Attic Brewing, they're doing really well. They're bitter at Christmas, wasn't much to shout about, though. I had that in the pubs in Nottingham, and yeah, it wasn't that great. Thornbridge, Jaipur. So how much are the PDs then? A keg, and how much do you get in them? Is it like 9 pints, standard 9-pint thing? And is it something where, because I don't know what they are, to be honest, don't really take much notice. Is it something that's like where you're getting proper beer, conditioned beer or whatever? No nonsense, man. A text, no person, Paul seems to go. Yeah, it's the play. I think Pogba. Ferguson got rid of Pogba for a reason. Then they brought him back because of his display at the World Cup, and he was stunning. Pub quality keg beer. Yeah, I get that, mate. Yeah. Yeah, Man U. But you really want to keep Ronaldo there. Maybe you might get Wayne Rooney for manager. Yeah, he did a great job at Derby. Although I wanted to like to manage Derby in that situation, to be fair, but yeah, Klopp did an amazing job at Liverpool, same as Steve Cooper's doing for us. He's gelled the players. We've gone from a team just a relegation, relegation, total certified relegation team to possible automatic promotion team in the space of 30 or 40 games. It's like, bloody hell. And then that stunning run in the FA Cup, it just goes to show you what can be done at times. Don't want 10 pints at 6.4%. Why not? I'd love 10 pints at 6.4. I'd want 10 pints at 12%. I would. I suppose it depends what you want to drink and how much you want to pay as well. I've never actually come across one of these perfect draft machines. I think Forest, with investment, and try and keep this team together, because this team have gelled in a way that. Oh, good evening, Slurpee. Yeah, this team. Oh, you're trying to keep your consumption lower. Hey, welcome back, Slurpee. Bear Oak sell them machine only 200 quid. Home Bargains, they sell some sort of keg beer monster type machine or whatever you call them, and only about 118 quid. Makes you wonder if they're any good and if you can adapt that to go on other kegs. Only seen McEwen's exporting cans. No, I've seen it in bottles. I've had it in bottles. save your money, buy the genuine thing. I was wondering if you could actually connect proper, like brewery kegs, like from somewhere like, I don't know, like Bang the Elephant or somewhere like that. Those big plastic kegs that the likes of Neon Raptor use, and connect that to it if it's the same sort of system, because that would be very interesting for next year, even for me. Brothers Honeycomb. Right, yeah. Some people refill the kegs with their own beer. Well, you can't fault them, can you? You know, especially if you've got the means to. I mean, it's all right buying these fancy machines, but if you can run other different kegs on and not be stuck to one brand, I suppose we all get what we get, though, isn't it? Right, yeah, I get that. So it's similar to proper kegs then, like that the breweries use. Seven Brothers Tap Room this weekend. Oh, very nice. So you've been across in the UK then? Because is that Manchester way, Seven Brothers? Not that I know, obviously. Good morning, Sam. Nice and early in the morning for you. 6 o'clock over there, 6:30. Or is it 6? 6. 2 hours behind. Manchester. So over here then. Seven Brothers. I did like their honeycomb beer they did. That was on sale in, I think it was Asda. Yeah, that was pretty decent, that was. Dingy. There's no lockdown in Ireland, in Isle of Man, is there? I don't know. Over in the promised land, Manchester. Needs to get yourself down to Nottingham, getting a real Castle Rock pub. Hey. Honeycomb Pale Ale on tap. Lovely. Good tap room. Did you do some videos for your channel? Tell you what, doing videos, channels of pubs and tap rooms is good for your channel, you know. But sometimes it don't do anything. Sabro IPA. Ooh, coconut IPA. Job's a good one. 5 a.m. Ooh. So 3 hours behind. I must remember that. 3 hours behind and on the other side of the world. And in the morning, obviously. So 15 hours behind. Or in front. That's actually in front, and it's not behind. Tap room, traditional pubs in a brewery. Hey, class. Got to get out, haven't you? You know, go visiting, exploring. I've got a weekend of it next week, so we're doing my local area on Saturday, and then on Sunday we're in Nottingham city centre doing a load of pubs. So some good, both brewery pubs and some good craft beer bars. So should be good. There'll be plenty of videos on the channel from that. And try not to get too steaming. Got work next day, so these things can't be getting too steaming. Should be a good laugh. Yeah, and it's Lincoln Green's 10-year anniversary. So a trip to the Sir John would be prudent. And then Canal House Bar, Sir John, the Blue Monkey Pub on Canning Circus, and then a walk back down to Barrel Drop. There's Brewdog. Flipping it, there's such a list of places. Junkyard, Jam Caf, if they're open on Sundays. I'm not sure if all of them are open on Sundays. Yeah, trad pubs with good cask. As long as they've got a good range of beers. No worse than going into and then one of them has just gone off and it's like, oh God, look what I've come into. Marble beers. Before you got the ferry back. Yeah, there's a bit of a walk from Canal House up to bloody Sir John. Yeah, couple of pints also just to lubricate the system. and then about a 10-minute walk, well, maybe 15. But it's a bit like walking from the Raptor down to, or from Vat and Fiddle to Trent Navigation. It's that kind of walk. Good evening, Chris. Beers from Marble Brewery, top draw. Fair play, fair play. So it's a different one. This is. It's like I say, it's one of them beers where it may or may not be your cup of tea, and I think for a lot of people it's going to be different. The perfumey aspect, I'm not overly keen, to be honest. It's not my cup of tea. You can see it's like an orangey pour, golden orangey pour, hazy, bit of carbonation going off Whitehead. But the nose, I'm getting some sort of perfumey botanical thing going off on the nose. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing that. Yeah, it's different. And on the taste, oh, yeah, it's different. Oh, a couple of beer packages we're having today. I love a good beer haul. You can't beat. I'm not binning it. No, I don't bin beers. I mean, it tastes okay for what it is. It's just not the flavors are not my thing. Yeah, you can't beat a decent beer haul, can you? Yeah, it's very partisan-like. Yeah. I get that same vibe. Yeah. Yeah. They were the days. I'm going to do a low-cost beer advent calendar this year because that thing of not knowing what you're getting is brilliant. I love it. And the price was right as well. You know, you can't beat a low-cost advent calendar, you know, pardon the pun. And fly spray taste and aroma. Hey, you know. Good evening, Matt. If they sell Mitrovic, Chris, that will be their undoing, because he's been amazing for Fulham. Although we beat them the other day. Hey. Fulham were one of the only teams to beat Forest this season. So, and in the Steve Cooper days, so them and Luton, funnily enough. So there's not many that have done it. Yeah, I'm going to message Matt and ask him if he's going to do an advent calendar, a low-cost advent calendar. I'd love to see one. Yeah, he won't score like he's done in the Championship, but you never know, do you? You never know. Left field beer and their sales selection. Left field, that rings a bell. Sure, they did a collab with Bang the Elephant. Yeah, the low-cost ones. The only thing is, with the low-cost, you never know if you're all going to get the same beers. And I think sometimes they just randomly chuck them in. Forest go up. We need to buy the players that have made us this year because we have gelled. I haven't seen a Forest team play like this since a good 1993. Since we bounced back up when Cloughie left. When Frank Clark took over when we got relegated, and Frank Clark took us back up. Paul's second pint still coming. Hey. It would be a nice change to see Forest then. Yeah, they're the only European Cup / Champions League winners that aren't in the top tier. We're the only ones that have every single person. I know Norwich in the top tier. Right, I'll keep an eye on left field beer then. There. I'm always up for a bargain. That's why I like low-cost beer. good, genuine bargains. And let's be fair, we're not all made of money. Yeah, somebody else got the manager of the season for the AFL, didn't they? Can't remember who the name is, but somebody else got it. High cost beers. Oh dear. So, put that to one side for a minute. I need a bit of mouthwash. Let me just get something a bit more different. Ooh. Yes, mate. Back to work tomorrow. And hello, Darren. Yeah. But back in the back to the work tomorrow. I've got a load of topiary to do. So if you know what topiary is, basically it's edge cutting and stuff. Worst beer I've ever. No, I've got no Imperial Stout, mate. Worst beer I've ever had. Oh. On the night I had it, Ninkasi, there was something wrong with that beer. It wasn't just Farmhouse, like I said on the night. Nathan Jones got it. Yeah, why did he get it? What Steve Cooper did for Forest was more than what he did. Strange. Barley wine, by the way. Most overrated beer. I suppose I haven't had it yet, but the most overrated one that I've heard of is this one, the Jeremy Clarkson one. Although I suppose it depends on the beer reviewer who reviewed it, and if there was getting a bit of a. Luton Town did always have a bad stadium, and they've still got that bloody artificial turf. Good evening, Craig. How are you, matey? So just having a sip of this because. Hawkstone Lager. Yeah. Somebody gave that a fantastic rating. Best lager ever. 9 out of 10. And or 9.9, I don't know. So I heard. I've never watched the review. I've only heard on the grapevine as one does in these situations. £15 to £20 off discount codes. Ooh, that sounds good as well. Looks as flat as a pancake from a bottle. Yeah, Jeremy Clarkson's got a lager. Yeah. Yeah. You're not telling me, Mark, there wasn't a bit of, bit of the old cash flow in there. I suppose if you've got a massive amount of followers and that happens, and I've seen it in the gaming community when I was in there, that people were given money for good reviews, and so I've seen it. I've seen sites do that. Some of the bigger sites. I never had a big enough site for even to be offered. So not that I would anyway. But there you go. Always try and see what's good about something. I mean, it's like this beer here. Even though, no, I've not been paid off. No. I want to try it just for the sake of reviewing it and see what it's like. I know Scott reviewed it and he wasn't impressed. So it's just a standard lager. And this is where, when you don't know anything about the lager and the brand, and you drink something, you think, don't rate it. And then someone says to you, yeah, this is such and such. And you're like, well, it still did taste very good, Yeah, Steady Rolling Man. I didn't really overly think that was that great either, nothing overly special. No, I've never been paid off. No. I think you do find that, Benjamin, that quality goes down when it goes super scale. It's all about money, isn't it? I mean, I know a local brewery to me, and they have a love of doing everything the right way. They're trying to get their brand out there, so that they will not It is nice. I enjoyed the chocolate and orange stout, regardless of it's from Aldi. Peeling good. But forgot where I was going now. You phoned me now. Yeah, but I know certain breweries close to me who've binned their beer because they were not happy with how it was. I tasted the beer and I thought it was excellent, and they binned it because it did not. They weren't happy. So, wow. The orange beer you asked about last time, it's not on the bottom shelf anymore. Do you mean the Summersby watermelon? Because I reviewed that the other day. Yeah. Walking home and smell the trees. Yeah, we're not properly in that season yet. Yeah, it got reviewed the other day. It was a watermelon, Summersby watermelon, aka cider. It's the reviews on the channel. Yeah, about 3 or 4 days ago, reviewed that. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, yeah. If I hadn't, it's somewhere on the beer wall. But yeah, I reviewed it the other day. It was amazing. Bloody unbelievable watermelon flavours. To say it's Summersby, and yeah, it's a cider, although they call it beer drink. It ain't no bloody beer drink. My friend, top silver blue bottle on the right. It was decent. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Silver blue bottle on the right. Do you mean the cider? Yeah, that's another one I've got to review. Yeah, loads to review. So I'll finish off reviewing this and put my stamp of approval or not. So yeah, it's a hazy golden orange pour white ale. It's classed as a breakfast beach pale ale, and it's going to be an acquired taste one. The aroma, perfumey, botanical. That's what I'm getting. And even then, I'm not 100% sure that's actually what I'm getting. That's the closest I can come to the aroma I'm getting. On the taste, again, it's botanical, it's perfumey. With a touch of orange in the background. I've actually got orange then for the first time. So, not really my cup of tea, gotta be honest. Yeah, it is a cider. I think you might be right, mate. Yeah. It's not a taste I've come across before, to be honest. Watermelon sour homebrew kit. Ooh, that's different. No, I've got to go up the arse and not try not to get a bollocking. Work tomorrow, so can't even get away with a sneaker beer review. Yeah. I've got something to wash it down with, just there, as you do. No, mate, no, it's definitely acquired. I wouldn't say it was horrible, by no means, but it's an acquired taste. We'll go with that. For me, out of 5, probably about a 3.3 out of 5. Not something I'd want to drink again, got to be honest. But looks good, but the aroma, yeah, the aroma and the taste, just not my cup of tea. But I'm still going to neck it. Don't want empty beer glasses in the shed, because if I spill them later, then I get the smell of it all over the shed. Better to go in my mouth and out my bum tomorrow morning. That's what always happens. Right. Sadly, got to run up the house, 8:15. Don't want to antagonise the wife, you know. You got to keep your wife sweet, haven't you? Otherwise you get that. Yeah. And it ain't good getting the red card. None of us want that red card. Trust me. And back tomorrow with another review, and I'll pick something different tomorrow night. Might be something traditional for a change. And I never really know until I come down the shed. And although I have got a nice Burton Porter that's looking very inviting. And I got this given to me the other day from Mersey Island Brewery. Never heard of it. Island oyster, if that's what it says. Yeah. So, yeah, maybe one of them. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for joining in. See you soon. Cheers all. Oh, I need a coffee. And